Hi, I'm Cautex, and let's briefly talk about tooltip descriptions and when they're actually lying to you. There's a number of abilities, talents, and spells that don't work as described. The reason why this can happen is that the description actually has no effect on how the spell operates. It's merely a string of characters that's attached to it that Blizzard threw in there to try and explain what the spell does. Meaning that ultimately the tooltip descriptions are irrelevant and how the spell actually works is what's most important, though because this is a game where we need to understand what the heck's going on, you want your descriptions to actually describe what the spell does. So let's talk about a couple examples that I know of where the description doesn't line up with what happens in reality. Starting with probably the most well-known one for Fury Warriors, Whirlwind. Whirlwind states that it generates 3 rage plus 1 rage per target hit. This explanation would mean that if you used Whirlwind and it didn't hit a target, it should generate 3 rage. But it doesn't. It only generates rage if you hit at least 1 target. Now, to give Blizzard some credit, I understand that this is likely done to prevent maintaining or building rage out of combat, but regardless of the rationale, the tooltip is still wrong. A more technically correct description would be to say that it generates 4 rage plus an additional rage for each additional target hit. Cruelty states that while you're enraged, Raging Blow does more damage and has an increased chance to reset its cooldown. But if this were true, then using Berserker Rage should make Raging Blow hit harder, as the buff that it provides is an enrage effect. However, it doesn't. What makes this especially confusing to me, at least, is the fact that the Onslaught talent gives you an ability that is only usable while you have Enrage up. The wording of that tooltip makes it very clear that it's only referring to Enrage and not Enrage effects. A simple solution to this problem is to just have the tooltip say that while under the effects of Enrage, you gain the benefit of the talent. Recklessness states that it's supposed to increase all of your rage generation, but that's again a lie. For example, in addition to the AoE magic effect removal, Arcane Torrent gives you 15 rage when you use it, so if you used it during Recklessness, it should give you 30 rage. However, it doesn't. It only gives 15. And also, while not relevant these days, Rage Potions are another source of rage generation, and if you were to use a Rage Potion during Recklessness, you should get double the effect of that potion. But once again, you don't. So it's not really all rage generation that's increased, it's just the rage generation that they want to increase. Now, honestly, I think that the tooltip is fine here, and what's bugged is the fact that certain things don't get the benefit, and they should really fix that. I honestly think that Arcane Torrent is supposed to be able to get the benefit of the rage generation increase, but for some reason it doesn't. Because, for example, Covenant abilities like Ancient Aftershock, even the ticking effect of that gets the benefit of Recklessness. And as far as I'm aware, it's the same for Kyrian as well. So it's literally only that and potions, which, I mean, those haven't been relevant for many expansions. The Unholy Damage shard states that doing any damage causes it to apply the debuff to the enemy. And for the most part this is true, as even Trinket and Jaethus procs will apply a stack of the debuff. However, the Unholy Healing Gem does damage, and this damage does not apply the debuff. Now, there's nothing particularly wrong with the tooltip description for the proc of a fed Jaethus, but with that said, the wording that it uses is a bit unusual, as typically when you see a proc description, it's going to start by saying your spells and abilities, or your attacks, or something similar to signify what can proc the effect. Now, while I don't know precisely everything that can proc Jaethus, one of the more surprising things that I found was that it could proc off trinket damage. Anyway, those are just some of the flawed tooltip descriptions that I know of, and there's certainly a ton more, so if you do know any, tell me about it in the comments. Lastly, I just want to say thank you for watching this video, and subscribe for more.